Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is a video I am really excited to film, but I'm also nervous because we, this week, have been changing all of our name plans again. So I'm a little wary to start sharing our baby names that we love, but are not planning on using, because if I had filmed this video a week ago, it would have been different. But we're just gonna go for it. If you're new here, my name is Heather and I'm just about 21 weeks pregnant with twins, boy and a girl. And we have not decided on the name. We have no idea. We go back and forth. We talk about it literally every day. We sit in the nursery and we're trying to think that's gonna help us decide by sitting in there. It is so hard to pick a name. I've had this list of names in my phone since 2015. So I've been collecting names and deleting names off of here. I don't have everything on here that I've had forever, but I've thought of names for a long time and wrote down names that I love. And then when you actually are I have to name this child. And honestly, I thought having twins was easier. Perfect, we'll pick our favorite boy name and favorite girl name, call it a day. No, they have to go together. But then I think based on the comments we got on our Q&A video, people were do not do a twin name, Jack and Jill, you know, make them separate. They are a boy and a girl, and we wouldn't pick a name that was literally Dean and Dina, wouldn't be that matchy, you know, but c'est la vie. We are still figuring it out. So I'm going to start by reading you boy names that I love, but we are not planning on using. Oh, I should also say something else that is really tough with name picking is that I know people who have already named their children these names, or I know people in life with these names that I don't want to take their name, or I don't want my kid to have that name, but that is a tough one. Okay, so the first one I like is Jackson with an X. I like the name Jax as a nickname. I think it's cool and sounded cool, but didn't make the cut. Next one is Luca. We actually were just talking about this name this week. I really love this name, but Alex said it sounds like we're trying to be a little too international with it. Something you also have to consider, of course, is your last name, and our last name is Fernandes. He is half Indonesian and the name is Portuguese. It's with an S, and I'm Heather. We're very not Spanish, but Fernandes, of course, sounds more Spanish. So if you have a name like Luca Fernandes, I don't know, I feel like that kid is not gonna represent that name well. So I love the name Luca, and we have a little girl name picked out that is in the running that sounds a little Italian, so I love Luca and blank, but Alec was not feeling it. Next one's Oliver. That's super popular right now. Ollie. It's like the Noah and Liam of a few years ago. Everyone's naming their kid Oliver. Another one is Dean. I love the name Dean. I actually loved it from The Bachelor. You know, Dean on The Bachelor, if you watch it. Not I loved him, but I'm I kind of like the name Dean. But I think we want both first names to have 2 syllables. So Dean is out. I don't know, he doesn't feel like a Dean in there. Okay, the next one, this was actually in our top 3 and just recently got kicked, is Judah. I loved the name Jude is actually what I have on here, but again, the 1 syllable. But something about it kept making us think of the name Judas, and we're Christian, and Judas just is not someone you really want to emulate. And we just kept thinking of Judas whenever we said Judah, even though it's a totally separate name. I don't know, we just couldn't stop with the correlation. And the other names, I guess we're only down to 2 boy names at this point that were in between. Those were above Judah anyways. So next one is Ford. I love the name Ford. That one's kind of popular too. There's a few bloggers out there with the name Ford, but Alec was I'm just gonna think of the car. Okay, and then 2 more. Alec literally the other night went through the entire alphabet and just was listing off A through Z names for boy and girl and just seeing if anything stuck. One that kind of sounded cool is Cyrus. We're not gonna name our kid Cyrus, but I wrote it down because I'm Cyrus, kind of cool, but I'm just gonna think of Billy Ray, so. Okay, and the very last name is James. I love the name James. I think it's a good classic name, James. It is 1 syllable. Not gonna make first name, but it could be a middle name contender. I like it. Okay, before I hit girl names, one more like name thing that we have to think about is, I feel like there's a tier of naming. There's like A, B, C names. The A names are like Matthew, Hannah, like just classic names, like timeless names. Then C names are like Apple. You're naming your kid what you're naming them, and who cares what anyone thinks names. Then there's the middle ones. I feel like the Judah or like Dean, you know, Jax, like those are like different, but they're not traditional, but they're not like really obscure. They're just a little unique. So I think we're trying to fall a bit more in that B category. Okay, let me tell you my girl names that I love but are not making the cut. These ones are, I'm definitely more wary to share. Honestly, at the end of the day, one of these could end up being the name of our little girl because we have been bouncing around a lot lately. There's 3 on here that are top right now, so I'm not gonna share those, but I will share the rest. Okay, first name I love is Isla. I love Isla. I think it's so pretty. When I just knew I was pregnant, I said if it's a girl, I want to name her Isla. Isla Rose. That's what I wanted to name her, which I think is so pretty. I wanted to do Rose as a middle name for a girl, as like an homage actually to working as a Disney princess. Because I was Belle in Sleeping Beauty and they both have like the rose correlation, and that was just like a really meaningful time in my life, and I think Rose is a pretty middle name. So I was like, I'm gonna do middle name Rose for a girl, even though we have a couple options at this point. All that to say, Isla Rose was like my go-to name for a while, but it's not pairing well with the boy names for the twins. So another maybe is Rosie, not Rose, and Rosie has nothing to do with Disney correlation. I just love the name Rosie. I don't love it as much as like an adult, like a 30-year-old named Rosie. I don't know, I feel like she would end up going by something else like Rose, and then that just sounds like Titanic. Another name I love is Eloise. I like grew up loving Eloise, like books and movies, like Eloise in New York at the Plaza. But I think the name Eloise is really cute. And I feel like if you did a name like Eloise, she could go by Ella or Ellie. Like Ella, Ellie, Bella. I love all those names, but I know people with all those names as well. And I don't know, they just aren't sticking yet. They're all maybes, but Eloise, Ella, Ellie, Bella, maybe. Okay, this one was a top 3 for a long time, but recently got cut. Charlotte. I feel like that one is a bit more of a traditional category A name. I love the name Charlotte. I love the nickname Lottie. I don't love Char as much, but I love the name Charlotte, and Alec likes the name Charlotte. But again, the twin thing is messing it up. I don't want like Charlotte and Ford. Like, I don't know, it just isn't feeling right. She doesn't feel like a Charlotte. Again, I got probably like 15 weeks for this to change. Another one that was really close is Ivy. I love Ivy, and I wanted to do Ivy Rose Fern, but Alec was like, that is so much nature. I actually saw Ivy from the Studio McGee show on Netflix, Dream Home Makeover. Her daughter's name is Ivy. I'm like, that is a really cute name. I like the name Ivy. Okay, then 2 more girl names that are cute, but a no for us is London. We think that name's really cute. Alec likes the name London, but I don't know if it's too, like, not our vibe to name our child London. I don't know, it just didn't feel like her name, but it is cute. And last one, this is another one that Alec found, I think, online like a day ago. Reagan. I think that is a cute little name for a girl. Yes, I do think of Ronald Reagan, and I don't think we will name our little girl Reagan, but I do think it's a cute name for a little girl. Little Reagan. Call her Ray. To all the Reagans out there, we love your name. All that to say, we love those names. Those made our top of the list, but I don't think they made top 3 of our list. So our top 3 girl names and top 2 boy names are still a secret. Who knows? It could very well end up being 2 of those names that I just listed, because we cannot make up our minds. I do not know what to do. I do not know how to, like, how long to let it go before we really need to decide. Like, can we just wait until we meet them? Alec wants to like be pretty sure before the babies get here, so. If you guys have any other name suggestions, please comment them down below. In a couple weeks on my Instagram, I'm gonna ask for name suggestions as well, because I want to know what you guys think we should name these twins, and I'm gonna make a video reacting to your name suggestions. So comment them down below and I will include them in that video as well. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. That should have been enough time for you to click that button. And you can watch my videos every Tuesday and Friday. So far, I have not missed a day, knock on something because the day will probably come. Your girl is tired lately. Who would have thought that being on couch potato rest can make you so tired? And I've been eating so much. They must be going through a growth spurt, hopefully, because I'm knocked out. So now that I've used up all of my energy to film this video, I hope you guys will tune into the next one, and I will see you then. Bye.